Hello and welcome everybody to 1992. In 1992, I remember the Mighty Ducks came out. Everything was about ice skating in the 90s. Like the 90s were like the ice skating decade. It was like Mighty Ducks came out. The Cutting Edge, I think, also came out in 92. And then during the there was like this Nancy Kerrigan like scandal with ice skating, and like, was it Dr. Demento or Weird Al Yankovic wrote a song about it, like hiring a guy to club somebody in the knee. I remember one of my friends was like, found out that was a real story. He liked the song. He's like, it's such a ridiculous song. Then I'm like, that's a real story. He's like, what? This was, yeah, when he was young, he was like 17, 18. He was like, what? It's not a real story. Real story. Nancy Kerrigan. Tanya Harding. It's the 90s. All right, so Ping came out with this in 92 to compete with the Mighty Ducks. This is the Ping, don't know if you can read it right here, Zing Driver. It's a laminate wood in the 90s. Let's get this on the review table and have a closer look. So we have a pair of Ping Zing Drivers here. We have the blonde and we have the black painted one. So you can see it says Karsten, USA. On the sole, it doesn't really give away too much. There's the Ping Man right here, USA. It looks like some sort of patent number, Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, this one's patent pending. The wood number right here, the 1. Okay, and I love these security screws. It's like, hey, we can't reveal our secrets, so we're gonna put these on. This cracks me up. You can see it says Zing here, kind of on the aft portion of the skirt. Obviously the laminate, they're both laminate, but you can just see it through the blonde one here. And then it says Ping in big bold letters on the toe. Face, the laminate really shows through. And you can see this huge red insert, it seems like a pretty shallow face. So whipping as we move up the hosel here, and it's just, they're interesting drivers. Let's pull these right here. You can see at address, pretty big footprint, all things considered. We have a graphite shaft and a steel shaft. One of my favorite things are these Ping branded graphite shafts. Obviously, I just put these stickers on so I can remember the year. Here's a Ping grip right here. It feels like it's a mid-sized grip. It's a pretty hefty grip. Not sure if it's original. It doesn't look original. And then we have a Tor wrap style grip right here by Lamkin. So, 2 fun Ping Zing drivers. We'll see which one I take out onto the range and collect some feels. How does it feel? How does it sound? Let's get out on the range and see what I think.
Ping Zing blonde natural wood finish laminate driver. Are you kidding me? Look at this thing. When was the last time you saw a club that was this loud? In the comments below, let me know. There's lots of clubs. There's lots of them. People are gonna be like, the TaylorMade. What were the TaylorMade like bronze tops ones? Those were very loud, visually very loud. And they're probably gonna be louder like acoustically than this one. So looking down at this, it's a huge footprint. It looks bigger and more forgiving than like McGregor M09 LFF Jumbo deep face driver from the 1950s. It looks bigger than like Cleveland Classics from the 80s. It looks like a big forgiving head. That big huge red face insert also is just screaming forgiveness, and very that head drowns out the rest of it. The shaft, the whipping. All you're focused on is that big red line. I like it. I think Ping got the psychology of drivers right. Hit here. Bam. Good. Let's go. Let's try it. Let's do it. We're going to do that right now. All right. A little breeze into and a little off my left. Well, that one felt good out of the sweet spot. Only carried about 200 into a little breeze. But I mean, it felt very forgiving. Like, it felt very, very reasonable. I'm very pleased with that result. So the club can do it. It comes back to, how good are you? How good am I? So yeah, I love that layering though. because that bright layer and then that dark layer, the laminate just is stunning to look at. I just love looking at that. Almost to a point of being distracting. But that red line keeps me in line. It keeps me focused here. All right. A little pulley right into the wind. Over 200 yards. I mean, that's a risk with my shot sometimes, but I mean, it felt really good. I mean, this is a really, I mean, it's a really dull, muted wood sound. It seems forgiving. If I had to play a wood in my next game, and I could choose anything I wanted, I might choose this. Of course, I'm biased right now because I'm hitting it, but this might be the answer. I get it why, Ping answer. I get it why so many people would choose this iron. Did I say iron? Choose this wood in the 90s. Another pulley one, that was on me. I was worried about slicing it and I do that. Just wanted to really get that face closed. Anyway, Ping Zing, it's beautiful, it's forgiving. Every one of those shots felt good, didn't hurt my hands. I mean, just great. Look at that face insert. Let me know your thoughts and memories with the Ping Zing. Did you own one of these in era in the 90s, and how was it for you?
So these are very fundamentally sound drivers. For the era, I mean, these are really good. I would take these over like a TaylorMade Pittsburgh Persimmon or Burner or whatever TaylorMade was releasing at the time. I know Mizuno had a titanium driver out in 92, so did McGregor. Very expensive. You're just talking about getting drivers, getting golf out to the masses. What would I expect to see in the 90s? A lot of this. A lot of Ping Zingness. Not sure if that's showing up, but Ping Zing. Very solid, fundamentally sound driver. The only thing that I think would kind of compete with these, and I think they have similar size and shape, are like the Callaway Big Bertha. But I can see myself just like, that's a, big steel. Why would I not just play this? So if I were to make an early 90s set, what really interests me? If I'm going for absurd, like in the future, you're looking back and you can get cheap things, yeah, sure, I can play a titanium driver. But in era, I mean, I think this represents 1992 very well from a golf's driving standpoint. It's also kind of the baseline where Ping started. So Ping started developing some great titanium drivers in the future relative to when these came out. And they were competing with these. You'd have to ask yourself, every time a Ping came out with a new driver, is it better than the Ping Zing? Is it better? And obviously, I've made videos about some of the Ping drivers that came out after these, and I will continue to make more content about Ping drivers. But, I mean, I really struggle to think of something that was more accessible and better, or something that I would want to play more than these in 1992. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As usual, a huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for your support and sticking with me through these slow times. I also want to remind everybody to stay tuned to the very end of the video. I have some data collection where I hit this Ping Zing on a simulator. You can also support this channel by visiting my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description below. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. Thank you everybody for watching. I am the Vintage Golfer.